Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, today is the day. Bitcoin has just broken above 100,000 US dollars for the first time in history. So this is starting the next massive breakout and is right now heading towards the next major price target, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And yes, I am taking this Bitcoin trading opportunity, which I'll be sharing my exact Bitcoin trading strategy in just a moment. So definitely watch this video to the end so that you don't miss out on any of this important information. First of all, starting off on the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is still playing out this massive bull market signal, as I've been talking about pretty much every day over the last 2 months or so, because around 2 months ago, that's when this signal confirmed, and the last couple of times this bull market signal confirmed, we saw a major bull market in the price of Bitcoin for basically the next 1 year approximately following that signal, and it's only been around 2 months, give or take, since this signal has confirmed. So we're still due to see a major bull market continue well into 2025. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, looking at the weekly Bitcoin MACD, of course, if you watched my last few Bitcoin videos over the last few days, you'll know that we were starting to lose a little bit of bullish momentum in the short term in this indicator on this time frame. But since then, we've actually regained that bullish momentum and continuing higher here in the histogram in the MACD. And so once again, on the larger timeframes, we're still looking very bullish as of right now, clearly in a bull market. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day Bitcoin chart, of course, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish market. So not much has changed over the last few days in that regard. Things are still looking very bullish on the larger timeframes. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, right now the price of Bitcoin is finally attempting a breakout above this massive 1618 Fibonacci extension level, which is sitting at approximately $102,000 per Bitcoin. Now, ideally, we need to see a weekly candle close actually confirm above 102,000 to properly confirm this breakout above that level. And if that happens, then we could go much, much higher, because the next important Fibonacci level, the next major price target, is this 2618 Fibonacci extension level on the 3-day time frame, and that's sitting at approximately $113,000 per Bitcoin. That is right, 113K. So from where we are right now to that price target, that's another 10% pump still to go just to this next price target. And now, obviously, a 10% move doesn't sound like a massive move, but for example, if you're in a 10x leverage long position, that could be a 100% profit, basically doubling your money. And at the current rate, that could possibly happen very quickly here in the price of Bitcoin. But ideally, once again, we still need to actually confirm that breakout above 102,000 with a weekly candle close. And in that case, that would flip this previous resistance into new support, talking about around 100,000 to 102,000 becoming new support. If we were to see potentially a bit of a pullback, once again, expect support in that area. And if we're taking a look at the 12-hour Bitcoin chart, right now it is finally happening. Obviously, after this massive sideways consolidation for nearly 2 weeks now, just chopping around sideways in the price of Bitcoin, very similar to what we saw pretty much exactly 4 years ago, we are finally seeing the next breakout above that all-important 100K level. Bitcoin is making history today. But with that being said, it is important to point out that the RSI has not yet broken out on this 12-hour time frame. So ideally, to be more confident in this breakout in the price of Bitcoin, we need to also see a breakout here in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI to properly invalidate this previous bearish divergence that's already been playing out for roughly 2 weeks, give or take. Because if we're looking at what happened 4 years ago, obviously, along with this breakout in the price action, we were also seeing a breakout in the RSI and forming higher highs in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI. And so obviously that helped further confirm this breakout, because when we saw that breakout in the RSI, that invalidated this previous bearish divergence. So we still need to technically see that here in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI, and that can basically become more confident in this breakout right here. Once we see the breakout in the RSI, we can become more confident. And if we're looking at what happened 4 years ago, once we saw that breakout above 20K, which back then was the psychological level of resistance, as soon as we saw that breakout, the price of Bitcoin pumped well over 10% to the upside within around 1 day approximately. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean we're going to see the exact same percentage gain within the exact same amount of time. But that just tells you that we're likely going to see a pretty big bullish move potentially in the coming days, especially if we can actually confirm this breakout on the weekly time frame with that weekly candle close above 100K to 102K. And ideally, if we can also break out here in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI, once again, that can make us more confident in this breakout to the upside, expecting a larger move beyond 110,000 potentially in the coming days. But before those slightly larger price targets that I just mentioned, we also have a short-term price target. But just before talking about that, yes, I am taking this trading opportunity right now, and I'm taking that trade over on my Bybit account. As you can see, to celebrate the $100,000 Bitcoin breakout, I'm currently in a $100,000 Bitcoin long position, as you can see on the left-hand side right there at the bottom left. And so this is currently a 15x leverage long position, and essentially I'm just planning to hold this for a while, basically trading this bull market towards the upside. Right now my stop loss is already in profit, and I've also secured a small amount of profits out of this trade right here. And so at this point, at least in my position, this is a win-win trade. Even if the price for whatever reason just crashed back to the downside, that would hit my stop loss, which is sitting above my entry price, which would essentially automatically close the trade at that level in profits, even in the worst case scenario. And so when it comes to my Bitcoin trading strategy right now, once again, you can clearly see that I'm long on the price of Bitcoin. I'm currently bullish. And as of right now, this position's around 7,000 USD in profits in less than a day, so not too bad. And my plan with this trade is to take a small amount of profits off the table around key levels of resistance. So at this price target, which I'll talk about in just a moment, and other price targets that I just mentioned earlier in the video, and points of resistance, for example, I might take a little bit of profits out of that trade around some of those key levels. And also, as this bull market continues, I'll just slowly move my stop loss further and further into profits. So in case you're new to all of this, that just secures more and more profits in that worst case scenario. So if for whatever reason we just suddenly crashed, wherever my stop loss is sitting at, that will automatically close the trade at that level. And obviously, if my stop loss is well into profits above my entry, that secures the trade in massive profits. And so that is my current trading strategy right now for the price of Bitcoin. As always, not personal financial advice. I'm just being transparent with the trades that I'm making, showing you how I'm actually making my money. Obviously, I get some comments from time to time saying that I only make these YouTube videos to make money on YouTube. But just to let you know, these videos make barely $100 per video, whereas right now I'm making pretty much around $10,000 a day from trading, as you can see. And so if you also want to take trades just like this for yourself to make a lot of easy money in crypto and follow me on my trades that I'm taking, personally, I'm taking this trade right here over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link below this video, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade as your first trade over on Bybit. But that's only available if you use the link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitfinex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitfinex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitfinex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitfinex below this video. And if you use that link to make your account, you can get a 5.5K deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitfinex exchange forever, but that is only available if you use that link below this video to make your Bitfinex account. But with that being said, zooming into the short term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and obviously right now the price of Bitcoin has clearly broken out from this symmetrical triangle pattern, also known as a horizontal triangle pattern. And obviously I've been talking about this pattern over the last few days, sharing this trading opportunity before it happened to give you an equal opportunity at making the money that I'm making right now in this trade. And so as I shared over the last couple of days here on the channel completely for free, by the way, I said once we see a break of one of those levels, that will activate the next short-term price target. So I said if, for example, we see just a candle close above this line of resistance, that will be the signal right there to enter a long position and trade the move towards the upside, towards the bullish price target, which is currently in play now that we have confirmed the breakout above that resistance, which, by the way, that point of resistance was sitting at approximately 97,500. So once we broke that level on the price chart, that was the signal to go long, as I've done right here. As you can see, I put my money where my mouth was, as always, following my own analysis. And right now the price target for this breakout trade is sitting at just underneath 106,000, around 105,500, give or take. And so once again, I've taken a very small amount of profit so far out of this trade just to help basically pay for the fees for opening the trade and the funding rates right now, because funding rates are relatively high right now. So keep that in mind as well. So like I just said, I took a small amount of profits close to this price target right here, but the rest of the trade I'm just keeping open, trading this bullish move. And once again, I'll slowly move my stop loss further into profits to secure more and more profits. And then perhaps when we get closer towards around 105,500 to 106,000, around there, I might take a little bit more profits out of this trade. And then once again, closer towards around 113,000, I also might take a little bit more profits then. But I want to make it clear that when I'm talking about taking profits, this is talking about my leverage trade right here, my short-term leverage trade, not necessarily selling my long-term Bitcoin holdings that right now, obviously, I'm holding a bunch of Bitcoin in cold storage. And so obviously with spot Bitcoin that I'm holding in cold storage, I don't have to pay any funding rate, so I can afford to hold that for much longer periods of time. But with this short-term leverage trade, there is clearly funding rates on this trade, which are basically fees that get charged every 8 hours. So it's more of a shorter term trade. So I do look at these levels to take profits and reduce that trade at certain levels. And in case you're new to this channel, and if you missed this trading opportunity right here, do not worry. There's always more trading opportunities, which I always share here on the channel completely for free, very transparently. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos. It's completely for free just to hit that subscribe button and like button below these videos. And once again, I share these opportunities that can potentially make you a lot of quick and easy profits in crypto. And as always, if you want to take these trades for yourself to profit from this bull market, check out those links down below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to take these trades for yourself, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next altcoin video coming soon.